Good morning, class. We know that you've been studying a lot with authors, poets, and literary elements. So today we're going to tie all of those together with one specific man who has a very unique nickname, the Master of Horrors. So during this lesson, we're going to discuss who the Master of Horrors is. We're going to discuss his works, and we're also going to work together to find literary elements within them. Thanks.
Before we jump into our poem, there's a few words that we need to go over and get the definitions for, because this is what we'll be looking for inside of our poem. But first of all, I want to talk about this. Who is the Master of Horror? Who do you guys think it is?
Stephen King.
I talked about poetry, because this is what we're looking for in our poem. So maybe it's someone who writes poetry. Who do you think is the Master of Horror?
Shauna.
Yes.
Is it Mr. Poe? Edgar Allan Poe? What's his name?
Yes, that's
Sweet.
right. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to jump into our vocabulary words, and these are each one we're going to find within the poem, and it has all of these in the poem. And so first we're starting off with onomatopoeia. Does anybody know what onomatopoeia is? Yes, Lydia?
Quack, moo, bang.
That's an example. Can you give me a definition?
Quack, moo.
No, I'll tell you the definition. Onomatopoeia is the formation of a word from a sound associated with what is named. So that's correct. The examples you gave me are a great representation of that. Can you guys think of any image that would go great with onomatopoeia to make you remember what onomatopoeia is? Can you guys draw one and stick it to the board? Oh my gosh. Awesome, those are great representations of what onomatopoeia is. Next, we're going to alliteration. Does anybody know what alliteration is? No? I'll define it for you guys. It is a stylistic device in which a number of words having the same first consonant sound occur close together in a series. Can anybody think of an example of that? Like in writing, or like can you come up with one where a number of words having the first consonant sound is occurring?
My mother went moo.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, I can. There's like I'm trying to think of one. Just come up with one on the spot. You can write, I can go off of Bailey's and say, my mother mood mostly in the morning, or moves mostly in the morning.
Okay.
Do you guys see which letters being repeated over and over?
M.
The M, yeah.
O.
Can you think? Yeah, that one too. Different O sounds though. Can you guys think of any other examples on the spot, or any images that could make you remember what this is? Okay, Lydia, you want to come put on the board? She's ready. Try that faster. Do you want to read it out loud to the class?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Carrie's cat clawed the couch.
What letter is being repeated?
C.
C, correct. You guys got anything? It's the same thing?
Do I have to come with a new example?
No, it's okay, because you came up with the first one.
And I drew peas holding hands because they're friends and they come right after each other.
That's good.
Overachiever.
Cute. We'll put that right next to there. Next, we're going to talk about repetition. This is very similar to alliteration. But repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. You guys think of any examples? How would you use that in writing or speaking?
Like when Santa Claus goes ho ho ho.
Yeah, you're repeating.
That's
ho,
true.
ho.
I like that one.
That's all. Would that be alliteration too?
No.
Not.
No, because it's the same word. Yeah,
it'd be
because this is
repetition.
for words and phrases. I can write that next to it.
I think this is an AP class, to be honest.
Can you guys think of any images, or you guys want to write anything out to make you remember?
Yes.
What do you have, Savannah?
I drew a picture of 3 houses beside each other because they're repeating themselves.
That's good. What's yours? Ho, ho, ho. Santa Claus. She spelled Santa Claus wrong. And hers is 3 cats repeated.
Cat, cat, cat.
And then she drew 3 cats.
Great.
I love cats.
So not only did you get the words, you got the pictures.
Yeah.
Alright, and then next we're going to talk about assonance.
You said a bad word.
Lydia, I know that has a bad word in the beginning, but remember, we're in high school, and we need to try to be more mature when we come to words like this, even though it's funny.
I didn't think it was funny. It's real.
But look, it has this at the end. So it's not a bad word. This is one assonance.
You said it again, but I'm going to tell my mom. So it's
Okay, assonance means it takes place when 2 or more words close to one another repeat the same vowel sound but start with different consonant letters. So it goes back to this one where it's like my mother moves mostly in the morning. It's different O's, but if it was all the same O sound, then it would work. Like, can you guys come up with any examples? I'm gonna think of one.
Do the words start with vowels?
No, they have it's a consonant before it, and then just a vowel that's repeated. What do you have? Oh, this is a good one. Go slow over the road.
Go slow over the road.
So the O's are being repeated, the O sound, but she has different consonants and different words. Bailey's is Lydia likes Mike.
I do not.
Lydia, it's okay. It's just for the example. Doesn't mean you actually like him.
And I drew 3 O's holding hands because they're coming after each other.
Coming after each other?
Wait. I need to put a consonant in front of these, so I'll put an L to remind myself that there should be a consonant in front.
Awesome, that works. Next, we're going to go over to symbolism. Does anybody know what symbolism is?
Yes.
Yes, Bailey.
Does it mean something else in the poem? Does that make sense?
Can you be more specific?
Like, the cat doesn't really mean cat. It means, I don't know, death or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black cat.
Do you have something else to say? You raised your hand.
Yes, it's something that it's like an image in a story.
Yeah.
An image.
The exact definition would be symbolism is the use of symbols to signify ideas and qualities by giving them symbolic meanings that are different from their literal sense. So do you guys have any examples of that?
Well, like a
Or
black
yeah.
a black cat represents bad luck.
Yeah, exactly. What did you draw?
I drew a picture of a camera to remind me that it's a picture.
Yeah.
It's an image.
It's an image.
Yes.
Not the literal meaning.
What about you, Bailey?
Syphilis means black death.
Yeah.
Didn't think that one through.
No.
It's fine, though. It's fine.
Do you have anything, Lydia?
Hold on.
Okay, we'll wait. You want to say it to the class?
No.
Okay. She wrote, ravens represent Odin and death and wisdom.
Oh,
Correct.
That's so good.
All right, next we're going to go into rhyme. Do you guys know what rhyme is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you give me an example?
Time and rhyme.
Yeah, that rhymes.
Climb.
Correct. Do you know how it's usually
Climb.
used in a poem?
Rap.
Rap. That's correct. Sometimes. Some rap doesn't rhyme.
I remember there's like A, B, A, B, A, B, C.
And is that at the beginning of the lines or at the end?
Oh. Rhymes?
That's a rhyme scheme.
Yeah, that's the rhyme scheme.
Oh.
So rhyme scheme is the letters A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
Rhymes.
So that's how they use rhyme.
Rhyme.
like climb, whatever.
Yeah, so it's a repetition of similar sounds that occur at the end of the lines.
Oh,
of
at the
poems
end.
or songs.
Okay.
So can you guys come up with anything to put on the board next to it to make you remember? You can just write some words. You can, I don't know, you can draw an image. Do you want to read it to the class?
No.
Okay. So Bailey drew a bat, a cat, and a mat. She wrote the words out too, so she could have those rhyming words. You want to share what you have?
I drew a raindrop and a stain on a shirt because
Good.
they sound the same.
And Lydia
I
just
like that.
wrote, she said, "My mind is running out of time. You have a dime, and we have committed a crime."
Wow.
That's really good. And then we kind of talked about meter without really knowing it. But does anybody know what meter is?
3 feet.
That's yes, correct. Like in math, that would be correct.
Okay.
In math terms, but we're in the English class right now.
Oh,
But that's correct. We'll go over the actual meaning so you know the difference between what meter that we're talking about, meter and math is. So a meter in this case is a stressed and unstressed syllabic pattern in a verse or within the lines of a poem. Does anybody know what that means?
Whatever is the stress at the end.
Yeah, can you give me any examples or explain it in other words?
Like at the end of the poem, it rhymes. Like the A B A C thing. Like there's more than one pattern. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Maybe.
A B A B. So like the first line matches, so it's like cat, and then B B be like it doesn't go together, but it does. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh,
Lydia saved us.
Lydia, this is what she wrote. Iambic pentameter. Can you come and say it for me?
No.
Okay. Trochaic and spondaic and anapestic and can you explain these?
They're types of stresses. So iambic pentameter is I went to go to the mall with my love. We had a ball.
Yeah.
And it imitates the heart. That's trochaic. No, it does not.
I thought trochaic was it imitates art because like the denim sound. Yeah.
Iambic pentameter.
So is it
Iambic
like
pentameter.
the music of a poem? Like the sound that you hear when you're reading a poem? Like the
Yeah, it's
beat?
kind of like the
like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say the
Da-da,
words, because you don't
da-da,
just read a
da-da,
poem just
da-da.
like na na. You know, you have like with your words.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that means. But yeah, we'll use all of these and we'll look through them all for the poem that we're going to read by Edgar Allan Poe today. And so, do you guys have any more images you can put up here for meter?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. You have another one? She put, is that a D? Those are feet? She wrote feet.
3 feet.
3 feet.
Make
Or
it
2 feet.
For a meter.
Make it
For a
meter.
They
Yeah.
actually do have feet.
I know. They do.
I'll put that right next to that. All right. So when we read our poem together, we'll also be looking for these things, and we'll make sure to show you guys what it looks like first, and then we'll do it all together. But yeah.
Okay, class, I want you to go ahead and go to your school account and look in our classroom. I want you to find the worksheet labeled Edgar Allan Poe. We're going to fill out this worksheet while we watch the video, okay? Everyone have your worksheets ready?
Yeah.
Great. okay? So I want you to be actively listening and fill out the answers on your worksheet while you're watching the video, and we will discuss them after. Ready?
Top 10 facts about Edgar Allan Poe. Number 1. His parents died when he was just a child. His mother, Elizabeth Poe, died when he was just a 3-year-old toddler. On the other hand, David, his father, was an alcoholic and abandoned Edgar and his 2 siblings after Elizabeth passed away. Allegedly, he was found dead 2 days later. Number 2. After becoming an orphan, he was fostered by the Allen family. Though he was never formally adopted, Johann and Frances Allen took Edgar into their custody in 1811. They resided in Richmond, Virginia. Number 3. He introduced the first ever literary detective general. Universally regarded as the father of the modern literary detective genre, in 1841 Edgar published the first ever detective fiction with the short story The Murders in the Rue Morgue. The story is set in Paris after the unsolved death of Madame L'Espanaye and her daughter. After resolving a series of cryptic clues, the main character, Monsieur Gustave Dupin, single-handedly solved the crime. On a side note, Arthur Conan Doyle's character, Sherlock Holmes, first appeared in print in 1887, more than 40 years later. Number 4. He married a 13-year-old when he was 27. Her name was Virginia Clem, and they tied the knot in a private ceremony in May 16, 1836. The minister who processed the marriage was led to believe that Virginia was actually 21 when a man named Thomas W. Cleland signed an affidavit. Number 5. His spouse also happened to be his cousin. Both were the grandchildren of David Poe and Elizabeth Kearns. But to be fair, it wasn't too unusual for cousins to marry one another back in the 19th century. What was weird about it is that Edgar constantly referred to her as being like a sister and gave her the nickname Sissy or Sis. Though rumors persisted that, although they were married, Poe and Virginia never consummated the marriage. This has never been proven. Number 6. Edgar became an alcoholic after his wife's death. After the death of his wife Virginia, who died of tuberculosis in January 1847, Poe turned head and spirits to alcohol. It is unclear to this day the extent of his alcoholism, but he did join the Sons of Temperance, which was a precursor of Alcoholics Anonymous. Number 7. Only 7 people attended to his funeral. Poe was found in a confused state on the streets of Baltimore in October 1849. He passed away a few days later at a hospital at the relatively young age of 40. An observer described the ceremony as being both cold-blooded and unchristian-like. Number 8. 160 years later after his death, he was finally given a proper ceremony, marking the bicentennial of Poe's birth. The Master of the Macabre finally got a proper send-off in Baltimore on October 11, 2009. Many fans gathered for a proper farewell, dressed in period costumes or by people who had known Poe or had been inspired by him, Walt Whitman, Charles Baudelaire, Alfred Hitchcock, to name a few. Number 9. An NFL team is named after Poe's immortal poem. The Baltimore Ravens, a team from the American Football Conference in the NFL, were named after the poem, The Raven. The name was voted by fans and it continually surfaced at the top of all lists and fan polls. Even the team mascot alludes to the famous American writer. Its name is Poe, and yes, it is a raven. Number 10. His death remains a mystery. The death of Edgar Allan Poe is shrouded in mystery and bizarre weird theories. Few of them include alcohol, beating, cooping, carbon monoxide poisoning, rabies, metal poisoning, flu, brain tumor, among others. Sadly, Poe was never able to explain what happened to him, as he was in a delirious state when found in the streets of Baltimore. So, with no real evidence, Poe's death remains one of the most fascinating literature mysteries. Hey guys, thank you for watching my first ever YouTube video. Give the video a thumbs up.
Okay, students, now that we have watched the video about the Master of Horror, which, what was his name again?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Great, you were listening. Awesome. Now that we've watched the video, I want you to look at your worksheet that you just filled out on your computer, and I want you to turn to a partner and discuss the top 10 facts. Did anyone have a problem catching any of the facts? I feel like
No.
No, I think we're
pretty good. Great.
Yeah.
After you discuss your 10 facts that you observed in the video, I want you to look at the next question, which was the most interesting fact, right?
Fact.
There you go. So I want you to discuss the most interesting fact to you, and then we're going to regroup, come back together, and discuss it as a class. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
Get over. Hey, Shauna, what's up?
Hey, babe.
What's your what?
What did you get for number 1?
That his parents died when he was a child. Did you get the same thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
For number 2, I got that he was fostered by the Allen family.
Is it spelled with an E or an A? Because I spelled it with an E.
I think it's with an A.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. For the third one, I put he was introduced as the first literary detective genre.
What was literary detective genre? I didn't understand that.
I don't know.
Yeah, me either. Maybe she'll explain it.
Okay, cool.
And then number 4, I got that he married a 13-year-old when he was 27.
So gross.
I know, that's gross.
Uh,
It's like double his age. I mean, he's double her age.
Oh yeah, the next one was she was also his cousin.
That was so gross.
I know, right?
Freaking Arkansas or something.
Okay. What number are we on?
I think we're on 6, where Edgar became an alcoholic after his wife's death.
That's cool, I guess.
No, she died.
Oh, she died.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For the next one, I got only 7 people attended his funeral.
When was that, though?
I have 1849. Do you have a different number?
No, that's what I have, too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's sad.
That is sad.
And then, for the next one, I have 160 years after his death, he was given a proper ceremony.
I wonder what that looked like.
There's
But
probably,
yeah, I have the same answer, but yeah.
There's probably more than 7 people. Yeah.
For the next one, which I thought was so cool, there's an NFL team for Baltimore, and they're called the Ravens because of his poem, The Raven, and their Ravens there are called the Baltimore Ravens. So that was really cool.
That was cool.
Just because of his poem, and their mascot's called Poe. That was my favorite. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
The last one was his death remains a mystery. I thought that was interesting.
I thought he was alcoholic.
Yeah, I figured he would just pass out and die on the side of the street, but no one knows what happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what was our last one?
that was about what was most interesting, which.
Oh yeah, I told you mine was the NFL team.
Yeah, mine was a death because what happened?
No one knows.
No one knows.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
So I see everyone is about finishing up their worksheet. So let's go ahead and discuss what we have put down. Great. All right. What do you guys have for number 1 on your worksheet? What was the first fact?
His parents died when he was a baby.
Great. I'm just going to put parents died. All right. Number 2. Who has the second fact discussed in the video?
He was
Shauna?
fostered by the Allen family.
Fostered by what family?
Allen family. It's spelled with an A.
There you go. All right. Number 3. What do we have for number 3? The third fact. Bailey.
I have that he was the first ever literary detective genre.
Literary detective genre.
So, what is that?
That's a great question, Bailey. And I'll be honest with you, I have a good estimate of what it could be, but I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So I'll tell you what, right after class, you come to my desk and we can research it together and we'll share it with the class tomorrow. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Great. All right, literary detective genre, and we'll investigate. We'll be detectives and find out what that means later. Okay? Number 4, what do you have?
He was 27 and married a 13-year-old.
Married a 13-year-old. Okay. Is that allowed here in the U.S.?
No.
No. What is the legal age that you can get married here in the U.S.?
18? 16?
16, 18?
16?
It depends on what state you live in, actually. The majority of the states, you do need a parent's signature before you can get married.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them, yes, you have to wait till you're 18. So, All right, let's keep going. Number 5.
I have that she was also his cousin. That's correct.
All right, married his cousin.
First
Wow.
cousin.
Yeah, do you think this would have been acceptable in his time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
It was so long ago.
Okay. So long ago. Do you remember what year he lived in?
Like the 1840s?
Yeah.
1840s. Okay, so born in 1840s.
Yeah, I think so.
Something
So-
like that.
This potentially was more acceptable back in the day.
Yeah.
Is it acceptable in U.S. culture to marry your cousin?
Only in Arkansas.
Okay, there are stereotypes. They're not necessarily true.
And that's one
But the
of
majority of the consensus is that you can't marry your cousin. All right, let's keep going. Number 6. What do we have?
He became alcoholic when his wife died.
Alcoholic when his wife died, and we'll discuss how this alcoholism impacted his writing a little bit later. Let's look at number 7.
Speaking of number 7, only 7 people attended his funeral.
Wow, 7 people. He left a legacy when he was alive, right? 7 people attended funeral. Why do you think only 7 people attended his funeral?
Because he probably had no friends because he was just a drunk.
Okay.
People did not like him.
Yeah, he was probably very rude. and
Okay.
stuff.
Maybe he had no friends. Maybe he was an
He
alcoholic.
was probably dirty.
Maybe dirty. He's a dirty person. Okay. So if only 7 people attended his funeral, why do you think so many people know about him today?
Because his writing just like speaks a different, like has a different meaning and different type of thing than other writing does.
Okay.
Like it's more.
He set a new level. I mean,
Yeah.
he is a master of horror.
Yeah.
That's right. He's the master of horror, right? So what I'm hearing from you guys is that he kind of wrote differently from
Yeah.
what other people wrote, right? Okay. Do you think if he were to die today, only 7 people would attend his funeral?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's probably gonna be different.
Might be different. Let's look at number 8. What did you put down for number 8?
160 years after his death, he was given a proper ceremony.
Wow, after death. So what do they mean by proper ceremony? What do you think that means?
I don't know, like he got a tombstone?
Okay, maybe they gave him a tombstone, right?
Maybe there was like someone actually speaking and people in the seats.
Okay, so a more formal
Yeah.
event. Okay, what do you think his first funeral looked like?
Probably him just thrown into a hole and people just staring at it.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. That could be the difference. It seems that after his death, his writings became more popular
Mm-hmm.
and more people were interested in his death and his life. And a lot of people were probably disappointed that only 7 people attended his funeral.
Yeah.
Okay? So they probably wanted to make things right. Let's look at number 9.
There's an NFL team is named after his poem, The Raven.
Great. And what's that team's name?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. Great job. Number 10. Very
Death
quickly.
remains a mystery.
Death remains a mystery. Why do you think it's a mystery?
Because he was just found dead.
He was found dead. Did the video mention where he was found?
Was it on the street?
I think it's like, yeah, something like that.
Okay, so he was found on the street.
Like in a ditch.
Do you think if he were to die today, they would have been able to find out how he died?
Yeah, there's a lot more like science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe the reason that it's a mystery is that they didn't have as much technology back in the day to determine those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go around the room and discuss the most interesting thing that we learned about Poe today. Sean, Bailey.
My favorite was number 9, the NFL team. I thought that was super cool because the mascot is named Poe.
You know, I did not know that. Yeah, I was watching it and I was super surprised that the Baltimore Ravens was named after Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven, right? I have watched many games and I never even knew this. It never came up for me. Shauna, what was your most interesting fact about the video?
It's a mysterious death.
The mysterious death, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think he died, Shauna?
Alcoholism.
potentially alcoholism. Maybe he just had too much alcohol that day and died. Yeah, so I believe that these are all very interesting facts. I want you to keep your worksheet. I'm going to erase this a little bit later because we're going to come back to this, okay? We're going to do a small assessment at the end, and you're eligible for points. So keep these things in mind and don't just dump them out of your brain. Great?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Oh, okay. So, okay, guys, since we just read The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe, we're just going to go over the first stanza as a class. And, like, what we're going to do as a group, we're going to discuss and decide, like, what we're going to go over, such as onomatopoeias, like we mentioned earlier, it's in alliteration, repetition, assonance, and rhyme. So, onomatopoeia, so everybody get your markers out. Everybody got your markers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so onomatopoeia is going to be pink. Hold up your pink markers. Yay! Alliteration's green. Repetition's blue. Assonance is going to be in red. And then we're going to highlight rhyme in yellow. Okay?
Okay.
Yay! Okay. So, let's start with onomatopoeia. Can anyone tell me what onomatopoeia is from earlier?
Isn't it like a sound?
Yeah, can you give me an example, Shauna? Can you find any in here?
Yeah, do you want me to come underline or just talk about it?
You want to talk about it and then maybe as a group and then come up?
Would tinkle be one?
Yes.
And do we say more?
If you want more, do you see any
There's
more?
jingling at the bottom, and then there's tintinnabulation.
Awesome. You want to come up and highlight?
Yeah. Is it all the tinkles?
Yeah. Good job. Thank you. Awesome. Do you see any more onomatopoeias in here, Savannah?
Ooh.
Did you say yes or no?
No.
Okay. Good. Okay. Moving on to alliteration. Savannah, do you know what alliteration is from earlier?
It's a repetition of consonants,
Good.
sounds.
Do you
Yeah.
see any in our poem? If not, you can always ask for a partner to help you.
Would merriment their melody be one?
Yes, excellent. Good job. You want to come up and highlight?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys see any more possibly?
There's runic rhyme.
Nick Rhyme. Awesome. You want to come up and highlight as well, Shauna?
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Okay. Cool. Okay. Moving on, since we found onomatopoeia and alliteration, let's go on to repetition. There's a lot in here. Do you guys want to work as a group for repetition, or do you guys see any? You guys can just say
I
it
see a
aloud.
lot.
You see a lot?
Can we go up there together and do it?
Yes, excellent. Both of you can. Yeah, you can do it.
And then bells, 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 bells. That's all I see.
Awesome. Thank you. So, while you guys were underlining repetition, can you guys tell me the definition of repetition?
The repetition of words and phrases, or phrases.
Excellent.
The repeated use.
Good job, Shauna. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good job. Gold star. After repetition, we're moving on to assonance. Did they ever have their red marker?
Yes.
So what is assonance from earlier? Can anyone remember?
Is it the repetition of vowel sounds?
Yes.
Okay.
So can you guys find any in here in our first stanza that we're looking at? Because this is going to be your homework later.
Is there melody foretells?
Yes, good job. And why would it be assonance? What gives you the key?
Is it the E?
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
Good. Yes. Good job. You want to come up and highlight it in red?
Yeah.
I forgot the other.
Merriment?
Yeah, because it has the E in it. So it's E, 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 E. Good job. Good job, Shauna. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then, is there any more accents that you can see in here, or yes or no? Do you?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's jingling and tingling. Tingling. Jingling and tinkling.
Are you sure?
Ing, that ing sound.
But it's
The I sound.
I mean, it could be.
Jingling, ing, because it's both the E.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. You want to come highlight it?
Great.
Great. Jingling, tinkling. Excellent. Okay. Moving on. Now we have a lot of rhyme. So we're going to highlight our rhyme. Does everybody have their yellow marker?
Yes.
Awesome. So what is rhyme from earlier? You guys remember?
Words that sound the same.
Words that sound the same. Excellent job, Savannah. So, do you guys see any rhyme in here?
A lot.
You guys want to discuss as a group, and then maybe one of you guys come up and tell me?
So I'm thinking, while the stars that oversprinkle, all the heavens seem to twinkle.
Those two, yeah.
Is the inkle.
I think
Bells,
bells foretells.
Yep. And then time and rhyme.
And then night and
Delight. Oh yeah. Wait, night and delight?
Yeah.
Night. Oh, I see it. They're just farther apart.
Yeah, I think that's it though.
Awesome. So what kind of... So how are we going to highlight this?
Just underline it.
Underline it?
Yeah.
Shauna, you want to come for underline this?
Can I do it where I box the ones that match and then we can circle them?
Good job, Shauna. I like your ideas.
Will these go with it too?
Bells, bells, foretells, wells, bells. Yeah, good. Yeah, bells.
Can I do this one?
And then you have tinkle, oversprinkle, twilight, delight. Sorry, I'm doing it for you. Good job.
All we have is these two.
Yeah, so yeah, that works. Thank you, Shauna. Excellent. Another gold star. So as a class, does this help you out a little bit more
Yeah.
with going with our definitions from earlier?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what do you guys think of this all together, like as a group? Do you guys feel comfortable doing this? Because we're going to move on to our next stanza and our homework and do this on our own independently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on to our next thing.
Okay, so everyone pull out your phones and go to kahoot.it and then type this in. I see you guys have already done it, actually. You guys all got your usernames, so that's good. We're going to start. So this will be questions you have to answer really fast, okay? Oh, wait, okay. What?
Were you too fast? Dang it.
Yeah.
That's whoever got it right. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh, man. Poe.
Birdman. Yeah.
It's
good.
the fastest.
Who was Edgar Allan Poe's wife?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, dude, I just asked this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know this.
Good job. Everyone got it right.
Eat, dog,
You
eat.
guys ready for the next one? Well, let's see who got it. Birdman's still in first place. What is the definition of repetition?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Everybody
Oh.
should answer.
I was like, I'm trying to
Hey,
read.
we all got it right. You in first place. Which line of the bells is an example of repetition?
Oh, crap.
Oh.
We all got it right. Good job, guys. And you is still in first place.
Freaking Poe, man!
What is the definition of onomatopoeia? All right. Some of us got it right.
yeet.
Ooh. You
Nice.
still in fifth place. Dr. Livingston, you're not in last anymore. Who was Edgar Allan Poe? That's a very broad question.
Wow,
That's what
yeah,
I was thinking too.
Oh.
Wow, you guys. What could it be?
Come on. you.
Come on. No.
How old was Poe's wife when they married?
Not enough.
I
Not old
remember
enough.
this one. I keep thinking the answers are gonna be
Yeah,
on my
we
phone.
all got
Right,
it.
yeah.
That's
That's
a
how I'm like-
triangle circle.
You.
How did
How did
Poe
Poe
die?
die?
He didn't die.
Oh. Okay. Cool. We all got it right. Good job, guys.
Yeah. Yeet.
Birdman is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Good job, Birdman.
Nice.
I have 7 in a row.
He's
Let's
in
keep it
last
real.
place.
I know.
Which NFL team is named after one of Poe's famous poems?
Poems.
The Poe Mans. The Poe Mans.
Good job, guys. You all got it right.
First place.
Yeah. You still in first place.
Honestly,
What happened 160 years after the death of Poe?
He exploded in his grave. His bodies were stolen by thieves. That's awesome, actually.
Good job, guys. You all got it right. You still in first place. Which is an example of assonance?
Ooh, this is where we.
You know what? I just guessed.
Yep,
I
same.
literally just guessed. Oh, crap! Wrong one!
Right.
Wait, how is that assonance?
Olton.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
You're right. You're right. Get it. You're right. You're
Good
right.
job.
That's good.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
job, you. Good job, Poeman. Good job, Dr. Livingston. Also, good job to Birdman, who is not on the
He
leaderboard.
tried.
Here's the results. Well, good job, guys. I hope you guys remembered everything you could.
How do you feel?
And
I love how they have the feedback. That's cool. I got the